Geminis, how are you, my loves? Welcome to your March 2020 general reading. This reading is for Gemini, Sun, Moon, Rising sign. If you don't know your moon and rising sign, there's a link in my description. Click on that, enter your birthday and the time that you were born, and you'll get your moon and your rising sign. If you're new to my channel, you may not know this, but I am also a Gemini. My birthday is May 28th, so definitely comment your birthdays down in the comments section. Represent for Gemini gang, especially if you're my birthday twin, and see if you can find your birthday twin as well. All right, gems? So let's get into it. This is going to be a general reading for Gemini, Sun, Moon, Rising for the month of March 2020. And the first thing I want to look at is what is the energy surrounding Geminis? What is the present energy that's surrounding you? And the present moment could be, the moment you're watching this video. It could be the recent past, okay? It really depends on when you're watching it, but the timing will be different for everyone, of course. Everything doesn't happen at the same time for every single Gemini, right? So let's get into it, gems. What is the energy surrounding Gemini in the present moment, the present energy that's surrounding Geminis? What is the energy surrounding Geminis, Sun, Moon, and Rising? Okay, you have the Four of Pentacles. Holding on, holding back. What's this Four of Pentacles energy here? The Knight of Wands. All right. For some of you Geminis, I feel like you could be defensive or holding on to something, protecting something from someone else. Tell me more. Tell me more about this energy. The World card. Okay. Many of you Geminis, it seems as if you could be saving. There's been a lot of change that's happened for you recently here. Let me spread this out a little bit better. There we go. There's change and evolution happening, but for some of you Geminis, it seems as if you guys are almost resisting this change. I feel like whatever this change is, it's happening very quickly for you, gems. It's almost happening so fast to a point where you're not comfortable with it. And for many of you gems, you may be resisting this change or wanting to hold on to something that's very familiar to you. Could be your values, could be your money, could be the way you've done things in the past. Though I feel like change is imminent here. Evolution is imminent. And I think you're not too comfortable with the timing of it all, because the Knight of Wands is one of the quickest knights here, and it requires a lot of action and a lot of things happening swiftly. And I'm getting like this very stubborn energy from the Four of Pentacles, being resistant to change or not wanting things around you to change so quickly. But change seems like it's imminent. It's meant to happen here. This is for your growth, Gemini. And for some of you, it may feel uncomfortable. This, to me, is also talking about like your duality, your twins. Like one side of you really wants to stay in their comfort zone, is resistant to change, while the other side of you really just wants to go and dive into these changes head first, So there is this kind of struggle. I know last month we were talking about your twins balancing, but I feel like here with this change that's happening, it could say that this is causing some sort of like conflict for you. For others of you, this could be saying there could be someone who's traveling towards you from a distance with the World card here. And you're kind of very closed off to this person. You don't trust them. This could be someone who has in the past come in and out of your life and hasn't been very consistent. But I do get this energy of being closed off or resistant to people coming towards you or swift change happening in your life. So what's the energy then coming towards Gemini? What's the external energy coming towards Gemini that they need to be aware of in March 2020? What's the energy? Okay, we have a lot of cards trying to flip. What's the external energy coming towards Gemini in March 2020? King of Cups, water sign energy, Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio. Temperance. Okay. This is good. One more card, please. And the Three of Swords. All right. There seems to be this need to balance something, and I feel like it has to do with like your emotions or emotional security. For many of you, you could be dealing with a water sign or fire sign, likely a Sagittarius. I do see this energy of like a third party almost with the Three of Swords, because you have the two, fire and water here. But if it's not talking about a literal third party energy, it could just talk about exactly that, fire and water, trying to temperance hot with cold, or trying to find a balance here that makes you comfortable. Something has thrown off your peace or your security in some kind of way. And I feel like for you Geminis, you guys are feeling like threatened, or you're feeling like either your morals are being threatened, or you feel as if you have to close yourself off in a way to protect yourself from something. It could be a person. It could be someone who's trying to disrupt this peace and this harmony that you've created for yourself. But for many of you, I feel like it has to do with change. Because the World card talks about ending one chapter and starting something completely new. For some of you, this change it almost feels intrusive, or it feels unwelcomed. And it feels disruptive, like I said before, like it's disrupting this balance that you had going. But to me, this looks like, it doesn't look like negative change. It looks more like growing pains, like things that you'd have to experience in order to get to that next level. You've asked universe for something, and now you're going through the growing pains, and I feel like you're kind of regressing back a little bit, or closing off a little bit. Because the change is not as smooth and easy as possibly we thought it would be. But change is not always going to be that way. But you do have temperance here, which to me is almost like a guardian angel, which is almost saying like, not to worry. Though there's so many changes happening, and though there's a lot going on, and it may be disappointing, it's still a very tiny energy here with the Three of Swords. It's not something major. And I feel like it's asking for you to release something, release your way of thoughts, or release your inhibitions, release some type of stubbornness, and open yourself up to these changes. What's the outcome then for Gemini? In March, what is the outcome in this situation for Gemini? Very nice. Queen of Cups, King and Queen. What's the outcome here for Gemini? What's the outcome here for Gemini? Beautiful. The Sun card. See, Gems, things are going to be okay. Things are going to be okay for you. I know right now you feel like it's the end of the world. Let's not be dramatic, Gems. It's just a bump in the road, honestly. Okay. Right. Again, with the balance happening here with the Six of Pentacles. This is something that's going to be, you're going to be okay. It's going to work itself out. You're actually going to come out of this feeling really happy, or happier. I like here with the King and the Queen of Cups, this talks about you, again, being very much emotionally in tune with your intuition, able to balance out all of these changes and not lose your cool. As we tend to do, Gemini, we tend to, be very cool and go with the flow, and I see you doing that here. A lot of the ways we deal with change or stress is to kind of close ourselves off, be with ourselves, not be our normal social butterfly. And I see that happening here, where you're almost closing off, or wanting to be alone, or not wanting to open up and be your happy-go-lucky, usual self, fun self. Gotta get this camera thing working here. All right. But not to worry. things are going to balance itself out once again. This change is going to bring happiness. This change is going to bring peace. This change is going to make you stronger, Gemini. It's going to help you grow and evolve. And that's what you want. So I think these energy that you're feeling now shall pass. And I don't see it turning out bad for you. I see it turning out even happier or better than you thought. All right, gems? So I really hope that this reading was able to give you the clarity that you need for March. If you want to do a private reading with me, the link to my website is down below. You can click on that, purchase a reading, and I will get back to you. All right, gems, I love you guys, and I hope to see you in the next video. Take care.